Yeah, it'll be a big loss not having Wingy around anymore. But anyway, we are on to our grand finals. We have Shop coming from losers bracket back to meet Ja-Nox again. This was our winners finals, so now being our grand finals as well. Very fitting.
Because it definitely be, I've seen Shop's Made Brawler is actually really interesting, and also I actually played Ja-Nox first game today, and being the first time I've actually gotten to play against him, I've really it's actually amazing what he can do with Incineroar, like his movement and spacing, and just the way that it feels like he's able to predict just what exactly you're going to do like 2 seconds in the future and go for it is incredible.
Yeah.
And
The fact that like it's such a slow character as well, you know, he makes it feel like he's just everywhere at once. So yeah, he's definitely a fantastic player. Um, and as you can tell, like you know, Dean who just got who just sort of won that last set 3-1, and you know really hard fought is just getting rocked at the moment. You know, he's only put 51% on the board, so
Ja-Nox really, he doesn't play like any other player who's here. And I think that that's one of the things that also really gives him an advantage is that almost the fact that I don't know if it makes any sense, but like everyone else has almost got a similar feel,
yeah,
just in the way. It feels like Ja-Nox is he's just able to. I think it's pronounced Ja. Is it? Yeah.
yeah, Ja-Nox.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the way that he's able to just keep the pressure on you and keep you like you're trying to mix up where you're gonna go, and he knows where you're gonna go. It's honestly quite incredible.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest, it's and the fact that he just took that first round so quickly as well, like just through me.
Well, when they played in winners finals, it was a 6-minute set. Um, like that's the timer is longer than that for
Yeah.
one game. Like it was pretty crazy, and obviously um, Dean likes to play pretty quick, as it is, so that kind of like feeds into it. But what you were sort of saying before as well, how everyone it feels like everyone plays so similar, and then Ja-Nox is like completely different. That's like very reminiscent of because we're such a small scene and everyone plays each other all the time. Like a lot of our play styles are going to develop to be very similar, whereas Ja-Nox coming from a completely different region, country, even. It brings a completely different feel with it. So very much agreed. All right, Shop refused to rename his me, and now you didn't rename it. Now he's like, alright, there we go. Now he's done it correctly, and he will not confuse his little baby brain.
It's why I don't name my Miis after the sets, because I change them so much. So
Yeah.
I just name them. I name them and create them as things that will make that takes my opponent out of it sometimes, which I can kind of see with the laughing crying emoji.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't even know. I think that's his system, so this must be like his one that he just downloaded or made that. Alright, finally moving on to game 2. And
Already, Ja-Nox isn't his.
yeah, and
Off stage.
that whole interaction with him changing the special move almost took as long as the first game. So we're gonna see if that Stone Scabbard up B is gonna come into play here.
It's an interesting up B because it's probably the one that I see used the least.
I think Sharp definitely a very unorthodox player, so that kind of move definitely feels like it's in his wheelhouse.
Both of these players are both very unorthodox overall. It's like really as you know, we were just talking about Ja-Nox's
Oh, I don't feel like he's got very unorthodox play, to be honest.
It's different.
It's
to
just
what
very
we're
different to
used
what we'd be used to here.
Yeah, like, or even like, I think that because especially since Tasmania's so secluded, and you know we've had COVID over the past while. Because of that, you know we've kind of had, because you know Smash Ultimate has such a bad online, we've kind of been forced to playing players in our own stage.
Well, that's just the case as it is anyway, because you know there's not gonna really be players on the mainland that are like, yes, I will travel to Tasmania to come and play Smash.
True as well.
And even you know like when we put out our majors too, like there's quite a few majors on the mainland scheduled around that, and they only sort of give us that weekend almost because if they didn't, that would be pretty rude. But you know, like having all those extra majors around just is like, all right, am I going to go to Tasmania to play, or am I going to go to this huge major in Sydney that most of the top level are going to be at? So, you know, it's just part and parcel of being the forgotten state, really.
It's the disadvantages of being on an island, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that and also like you know we're just left off the maps, and it feels like it's with pretty much everything, and that's okay. That's the way it is. Seems like I mean, at the end of the day, like it's not necessarily a bad thing.
It creates more of a homely sense to the communities here. Like like a lot of the time, I feel like because I can recognize everyone, like you know, so well, or just like. You know, because you play with them all the time, you get really close to the people in the scene.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I feel like it's definitely, you know, even if you don't talk to somebody all the time, like you have a general idea of how and who they play, and you know, you get this good sense of like what everyone kind of likes,
and a very good sense of community as well.
Yeah,
like you know, like we even though I've barely been down there, you know, I know the Hobart people. You know, the people who play in the southern part of the state, and that's because, you know, it's only 200 k's away. It's not far, it's a 2-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, it's 2.5 going the speed limit.
Is it?
It's
really?
illegally 2.5, we'll put it that way.
I just sent it around.
Basically a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have not spoken a single bit about this match, but it is actually last stock, last hit, and Ja-Nox nearly gets the stock there with a neutral air off stage.
Shops up, actually definitely saving him there because...
yeah, I don't think the other ones would have had the height.
No.
This is actually really close here, and I'm so surprised that Shop's like, oh my god, and there he goes, takes that game and brings it to a 1-1. No worries. Thank you for joining us, Iblis. Not a worry. See you later. Alright. So, moving on to game 3 here. And it's 1-1 so far. Alright, cheering on my boy DT Ja-Nox here. And we start off game 3 with a revenge stack there. And another one, double stacked revenge here. Oh my god, Shop just took 50% from a single forward air. That is absolutely crazy. And instead decides that he just wants to take both of their stocks with that down air there. He's like, alright, well, you know, you cannot live because I say you cannot, and I also will not live. And Ja-Nox, SDs. Really unfortunately there. I think he meant to hit the edge of the stage, but must have barely misspaced it. And getting the very last hit of that Darkest Lariat and the big Alolan Whip coming in here. Whoa, trying to get all of these big attacks in here. Taking very minimal percent this stock. And there we go. Huge up smash out of shield. Taking that one and really making up for that SD here. But it is last stock for both players now, so anything could happen. camping on that platform and at the diagonal projector, which we very rarely see Shop use. Both players just kind of trying to dance around. Shop getting the most of these. Oh no, and another SD. You hate to see it unless you're Shop. And he's like, yep, I'm good with this. I'm going to take this all the way home. So, both players starting off game 4 now. Shop with a 2-1 lead. And Ja-Nox has a decent mountain to climb here. We've definitely seen him do it before. They had probably one of the quickest sets of the night earlier, with Ja-Nox getting a really quick 3-0. And now just trying to show that he still has what it takes to absolutely destroy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo Switch, and the down tilt Darkest Lariat to a forward air edge guard. Great work there from Ja-Nox, and on 11%, he's just like, yep, I'm gonna turn it on now. He jumped so far up for that neutral air. That was a crossbody from the top rope. Oh, and a huge German suplex there. Oh, it comes in, knowing that Shop is going to be trying to get some extra damage where he can. Gets that revenge, and gets another stock there from Shop, not quite making his recovery back. Big forward air there, oh, and a huge revenge, and Ja-Nox trying to make it back here and complete the 3-stock, gets the Darkest Lariat, trying to get that down air, trying to finish it with some style. Instead recovers all the way to the other side of the stage, and makes it back, rolls on, grabs Dean, and that is a big German suplex to take this first set to game 5 with the 3-stock. Ja-Nox not messing around. Alright, going into game 5 of our grand finals. This possibly could be the last game of the set. Shop has to really make this one count if he wants to come out on top in this tournament and join a very elusive club of players that have taken sets off of Ja-Nox. Oh, great work there from Ja-Nox, trying to get that extra bit of a spike there from the Alolan Whip, but instead get absolutely destroyed with that big up throw. Oh, and a nice down air coming in there, getting a good bit of damage, and swinging for the heels there, gets that big F smash and a stock to boot. Keeping this one pretty close, especially after last game's 3-stock. Looked pretty well worked out from Ja-Nox. And great catch there with that Alolan Whip. Both players dancing around, jockeying for position. Ja-Nox just choosing to block a lot of these projectiles and not stacking his revenge. And just burrowing on the side there with that Darkest Lariat. Platforms coming in now as Shop makes it back. Or gets that first hit of the up B, but the platform blocks his come down, and probably was a good thing, but he ends up swinging again and gets another big forward smash, and Shop is in the lead now, 2 stocks to 1. But Ja-Nox comes in, presses the B button, and decides that he's like, alright, well, you know, bringing this down to last game, last stock. Who is going to be taking this one? Oh, great revenge there from Ja-Nox, trying to revenge the forward smash as well. Still has that revenge stack online. He's being zoned out, but oh, and going for another big revenge there. And he has lost his revenge and has quite a lot of percent. Oh, nearly gets sent off there. And after a lot of edge guarding, Ja-Nox is still not quite back at the stage, but gets out of jail once again. So many projectiles coming out here. Ja-Nox, oh, gets sniped. And Shop acting like he has just won all of Grand Finals. Instead, there is another set to go. Alright. Ja-Nox is like, alright, you got me. You got me. Alright, and both players moving on to the losers bracket now. This is the final one. Ja-Nox is like, alright, I've let this this clown 3 games off me. It is time to move it on and go to the final part of this set. Oh, and a big up B there. Oh, and Ja-Nox getting that yeah, the neutral B. There it is. That's the word. Getting has a lot of damage on Shop early on here. Yeah. Sad life. Grand final reset. How crazy. Not what we expected. The Cheeto fingers though, definitely what we expected. And coming in, sniping out Shop's stock there. English is hard. It is getting late. And yeah, Ja-Nox getting caught there by a couple of moves. Still has this stock advantage though. Oh, and trying to get that Alolan Whip, gets the parry at the very end there. Oh, and Shop nearly getting another stock there. Or trying for another one. Ja-Nox air dodges away. And instead it just mashes B too much on the platform. And Shop's like, alright, yeah, I can take that one pretty easily. Ooh, a big forward air there. And the up smash, yeah, he knew it was coming, he just did it too quickly, reacted too fast. His brain was too big. Oh, and that tornado putting in some work here for Shop. Oh, unfortunately, Ja-Nox falls out of that multi-hit, and they reset the situation on the other side, and Shop takes another stock. And this Misa Sword Fighter really paying off for him at the moment. Just dashing around, throwing out lots of fast projectiles and fast hitboxes. And the the scabbard sword, scabbard, scabbard, scabby scab, whatever it's called, the up B. Really putting in some work here, letting him recover from a lot further away than some of the other ones. Oh my god, and a huge knee with that revenge dash attack. And Ja-Nox is pretty much bringing it back to even, almost. Tries to get that revenge stack, but unfortunately gets punished there. And both players are really jostling it out for position here. Ja-Nox, unfortunately, I feel like he was either expecting a roll or he just did it the wrong way. Gets that neutral B though, and gets hit by another down B. That move is so quick and travels so fast. Oh my god, and another game there. And Shop getting pumped here. Ja-Nox in shambles. He's like, alright, calm down, bro. Calm down, bro. It's just a game. Alright. Both players stepping up for game 2 here. Ja-Nox definitely trying his best to seal this one out and getting a good bit of damage early on, but this is pretty even so far. And a lot of these projectiles here, I feel like you know, we were talking about earlier, and definitely something we saw in the earlier set, is that while Shop throws out a lot of these projectiles, he just like chucks out a couple of projectiles and then he's just really aggressive afterwards. But we've kind of seen him just throwing out lots of projectiles and just sort of waiting for Ja-Nox to start coming towards him, and or like, you know, trying to catch those rolls, and he gets the down air drag down and gets that stock. Looking real good here. Gets shield poked by that that revenge, but I don't think he's worrying too much. He's on 121% and it was the last hit, so not too fast here. Just running back, chucking the chakrams out, gets upbeat and still manages to live. Great DI there. Oh, gets his jump red, but oh my god, and Ja-Nox just jumping around. Not going for the easy punish there. Just shielding a lot of these hits, and it gets the grab, gets the up throw, and that's the stock. But Ja-Nox has a bit of damage on him now, and he's gonna have to make this up pretty quickly. Great shield, but unfortunately the down B pushed him a little bit too far away. And there we go. Ja-Nox getting these grabs, getting the percent, and getting a big Alolan whip, and takes the lead for pretty much the first time this game. Has the revenge stack on now, and oh my god, a huge up smash out of shield, and that is the stock. And Ja-Nox is looking alright. He looks like he's like, alright, I just have to hold on to this one and not let you touch my stock as much as I can. And he's just putting this neutral B to great work here. That is doing so much damage for him. Oh, and then the Alolan whip here gets the perfect hit and punishes the miss, and I feel like that was some very suspect DI there. And Ja-Nox just keeping it calm here, not popping off, not going hard. He's like, alright, it's just one game, I got this. Alright, banning town from what I hear, so he is excuse me, it is getting late, getting past my bedtime. I'm also very hungry. It should be dinner time soon. Hopefully these guys don't make this another 5-game set. Says the person in me that wants to eat. The person in me that wants to watch is like, hell yeah, I want to see, you know, another 5-game set, of course. But I think the hunger's taking over my I want to see Smash Brothers. So. Alright. Both players jostling around here, but Ja-Nox has a lot of damage and takes that first stock really cleanly. And only 18% on him. Getting used to getting around these projectiles. The one that he doesn't nets a lot of damage on him though. He gets a big revenge back throw. That does like 50%. And Ja-Nox basically just uses that revenge back throw to even out the percent, even though he's a whole stock ahead. Using those quick get off me options there. Just to be like, alright, come on, I dare you. Come at me. Oh, a big knee with the dash attack there. And and a big revenge. Oh, he was just waiting for that roll. You can see, just dashing back. Oh, and there we go, the big German suplex back throw, and that was all she wrote for that stock. Ja-Nox, 2 stocks up here in this game 3. Really important game. Shop takes that stock, but he has a big mountain to climb here. A big, furry, tropical cat-sized mountain. And great work there. Knocking him off the stage, but Ja-Nox, he's making good use of this revenge. And as you can see there, he's just like, yep, I know you're coming down with a hitbox here. I know you're going to put out a hitbox here. And I'm going to up smash you right here and take this game. There we go, Ja-Nox. 2-1 up so far. Looking pretty content. He's like, alright, I only got one more. I only need one more. It's only going to take one. Alright, both players getting ready for this game 4. Shop is like, alright, I have to really pull out all of the stops here. Make this my best game. And he's definitely trying to do that there with that down air, trying to snipe Ja-Nox's recovery, and keeping himself unpredictable. Oh my god, a double stacked revenge. This is not looking good for Shop, although he is getting a good amount of extra damage and actually gets rid of that revenge as well. Oh, the revenge trying to come back in for Ja-Nox as well. But yeah, he's down by a decent deficit right now. 165 to Shop's 44 after that back throw. But you know, letting him come back to the stage, trying to get a bit of extra damage with that Alolan Whip, and the stock taken. Ja-Nox is like, yeah, look, I kind of knew that was going to happen sometime sooner rather than later. So, you know, just come on. Start chucking stuff at me, let me revenge it, and I'm gonna, you know, hopefully try and take your stock here, because I double stacked revenge and I just did like 50% with one forward tilt. Oh, and he gets the big Alolan Whip, and there's no way you're living from that, especially not in that position. Oh my god, what a great grab there. Getting that Alolan Whip, getting it early 21%, and Ja-Nox may be losing in percent here, but he's also not out of it in any possible way. has a fair few tricks up his sleeve, and as you can see there, just spamming those B buttons, ready to do some extra damage here. It's that Revenge Darkest Lariat that does a good bit of damage, and another Alolan Whip there, punishing that up B recovery on stage. And Sharp down to possibly his last stock of the tournament here, trying to take Ja-Nox stock and put himself in position to take another one before he can lose this one. Ja-Nox trying to really grab him with anything that he's got. Tries to get the Alolan Whip, gets the back throw instead. A huge up B finally lands that second hitbox, and that takes the stock for Sharp. While this is looking grim, he's not out of it yet. And that tornado so slow that Ja-Nox's Revenge actually goes into end lag after seeing it come out and reacting to it. So definitely the speed of that working out for Sharp here. He rolls into that that neutral B, and gets a Revenge. Misses the side B, but gets the neutral B. Oh, and this is so close because even though Ja-Nox has basically no, and he SDs, and it takes it to game 5. Alright, and regardless of the outcome of this has been a long grand finals. 10 games. Alright, moving into game 10 of this grand finals. It all comes down to this. Sharp on the Mii Sword Fighter, Ja-Nox on the Incineroar. Both these players have stuck to their guns the whole set, and they have been trading games back and forth. Sharp winning that first set in a game 5 scenario as well. There have been some dominant games from both sides, and there have been most of them have been super close. So both players hanging on here, waiting to trying to figure out exactly what to do against each other, exactly what the other's going to be going for. Big footstool there, another footstool, and Ja-Nox just bopping Sharp on the head and getting that Alolan Whip and the first stock of this game 5. That is going to be a huge momentum swing there. Ja-Nox comes back in, tries to and punishes the punish. Or expecting that Sharp would land in front of him. I actually did not know that down B was going to cross up. I did not realize it did. But great platform chasing there from Ja-Nox. Oh no, misses the platform, but actually comes back, as you can still act after the up special from Incineroar. Waiting around here. Ja-Nox was just kind of like, yep, alright, you recover however you want. I'll kind of punish you as you get back on the stage. Great shielding there from Sharp. I'm pretty sure that he could have punished, I think it's after the first hit, you can just grab. But instead, gets his own punish. Very surprised that up air did not have as much power. But Ja-Nox coming in, 3 stocks up to 1. Sharp takes that first one, and he's proven that he can really bring this back. So he's definitely not down and out of it yet, but Ja-Nox in a commanding position at the moment, and definitely getting a good amount of damage early on here. Oof. And a great tornado there from Sharp. It's a very hard projectile to get around because it moves so slow, but instead the game comes out. Ja-Nox very happy taking home this Game 10 Grand Finals.